Hello, Scorpio. How you guys doing? My name's Kayleigh. Oh, snap. Like, hey. You know what? Fuck it. I'm leaving that in. I don't even care. Okay. Let's try that again. My name's Kayleigh. Welcome to my channel. I feel like that intro just really describes this whole year. Okay, so here for a tarot reading for the rest of December. In particular, I thought it was important to do this because of the magical as fuck conjunction that's happening right now and into tomorrow. I'm sure if you're here to watch a tarot video, you've already heard Saturn and Jupiter are conjuncting in Aquarius. Just gonna light some sage up, then I'm gonna do a prayer, and then we'll get into it. So I'm gonna be doing a 9-card box spread. I like to keep it simple. If I need any clarifiers, I'll be using the Illuminated Tarot for that. And the reading will be done with the Druidcraft Tarot. Beautiful. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a nice smoke. Wonderful. At the end of the reading, I'll be pulling a rune from my new set that I just made myself with leather. It's pretty sick. It's kind of cool actually how it really rounds the reading out. Okay, so quick prayer before we start. God, universe, source, great spirit, creator, thank you so much for this wonderful day. Thank you for the beautiful weather we had here in Calgary. Thank you for rising me up out of my bed. Thank you for bringing Scorpio here. Please allow me to speak clearly and concisely and give Scorpio a message that they most need at this time. Please allow Scorpio to hear what they need to hear from my message. Please allow absolutely no interference from any forces outside of only. Please allow no interference from any outside sources. Please protect this space. Jeez, I can't talk today. Protect this space. Protect Scorpio. Going through whatever it is that they're going through right now. Whatever it is, I just sense that maybe we need a little bit of healing in our back. I get the feeling that you're standing up for something. Interesting. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. So the card that flipped out there is the Princess of Cups. That will be in the center of your reading. And at the bottom, we have the Six of Pentacles upside down. I'm going to talk about this a little bit before it gets started. Six of Pentacles, what's really interesting about this card is they show like summertime and extreme abundance on one side and winter on the other. So there's supposed to be like a balancing out with sixes. And the one thing that I do see happening with this card is, yes, there's a balancing out and a redistribution of wealth, but I feel like it's important that there's actually a balance there and that you don't allow someone or something or whatever the case may be, to be dependent, or to give and give and give until you don't have anything left for yourself. With that said, the center of your reading being the Princess of Cups, just take a look at this for a second. She's content. She is... I want to draw your attention to the circlet on her head. She has a crescent moon there, which really indicates that she's from the lunar cult. She's standing beside a body of water, and it is autumn. She's extremely content, and this is the feeling that I would expect someone to have if they were filling their own cup and making sure that they were emotionally fulfilled. Right above her is the moon. Interesting. Okay. Alright, Scorpio. So, I'm going to go through this horizontally and then vertically, and we'll see how it all plays out, alright? So in the top row, this is typically what's happening either in your psyche or in the ether around you, the astral realm. The middle row is more what's happening in your heart. And the bottom row could be physical manifestations and or obstacles, things that need to be overcome, fruits of our labor, that kind of thing. And again, I'm drawn to my back. It's like very mid-back, like solar plexus area. Interesting. Okay, so in the top row we have the Nine of Wands, the Moon, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about a hard-fought battle, defending your position. This is the middle deacon of Sagittarius, by the way. This person has clearly seen some shit. Then we got the Moon, which is the major arcana card for Pisces. It represents our psyche, the conscious and unconscious, our ego, our feelings. It can be illusions, things that are hidden, things that are of the night. And something that is really important about the art on this card is, first you have a wolf and a dog here. Okay, and it looks like coast of an ocean. These two pillars here, this is where the High Priestess is. So there's an element here of having to face your fears and rely on your intuition in order to reach that threshold. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. She's pretty cool. She's playing a hand drum. It's interesting, being the Queen of Pentacles, she's not she's sitting outside. And the reason why I think that's really interesting, she's sitting outside, whereas the King of Pentacles is inside, and he looks like he's in like a really well-built and warm hall. So there's kind of like this feeling to the Queen of Pentacles that she definitely manages the estate for sure, but it's almost like she's more in tune with nature than her masculine counterpart. Queen of Pentacles typically has a very structured routine. It is Queen of Pentacles actually rules the first two deacons, Capricorn, and the last deacon of Sagittarius. So there's that routine aspect and that discipline. However, being that she's reversed, it could very well be that you're stuck in the process of doing something over and over and over again, but you're doing it wrong. So the good thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she'll do something a million times right, or she'll do something a million times wrong the same way, and good luck telling her that she's doing it wrong. Coming from a Capricorn, good luck. But anyway, another reason that it could be reversed is it could be saying that until you trust your intuition and maybe even stop being so defensive, you won't be able to manifest what the Queen of Pentacles is capable of manifesting. Hard to say, so let's keep looking. Okay, the middle row. This is really cool. So we got two princesses. We got the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Cups, and then the Five of Cups. So typically, to me, the princesses indicate the beginning manifestation of that suit. Okay, so the Princess of Swords could even be, you know, somebody that you're communicating with, and it's the beginning of the communications, be it person face to face or like electronic communications. The Princess of Cups could very well be like the manifestation of something new as far as like an artistic project goes, or even if you want to look at it as the one-dimensional view of most tarot readers of it's a new relationship, you could look at it like that if you want. And then you have the Five of Cups. So it's like there's this, oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's really, really cool. Okay. So you got the Five of Cups here. There's 3 cups overturned, right? And then he's got 2 cups behind him there. So this really gives a sense of loss, like, and disappointment and grief. Like there's something, I don't want to use the word bad, but something that you need to move through. And then once you're able to move through there, there's 2 cups waiting for you. But it's definitely, it's really necessary to allow yourself to go through those emotions. Nothing really positive comes from suppressing grief and loss. And with that said, you know, everybody goes through the grieving process in a different way and at a different time frame. Like there's no rushing these things. So there's a possibility of communication and something really beautiful here. You kind of need to complete a process of grieving first. And then in the bottom row, we have the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Now, something really, really important about the Three of Swords, it does not always indicate heartbreak, okay? The Three of Swords is the middle decan of Libra, and it's Saturn in Libra. Saturn is not always negative. Yes, this could indicate heartbreak, or it could indicate a legally binding contract. Saturn is structure, restriction, yes, but structure, rules, integrity, the moral high ground. So it could, in theory, be heartbreak, but it could also, like, the thing with Saturn is Saturn in Libra in particular, or even Saturn transiting your 7th house. At the beginning of that transit, anything that's been built on shaky foundation and that hasn't been built upon stone will crumble. So that's where the heartbreak comes in. So if there has been something, going on, and maybe one partner hasn't been fully honest, or, you know, if you build your house upon sand, shit's gonna sink. And that's at the beginning of the Saturn transit. So if something is meant to dissolve, it will dissolve. But the point of the Saturn transit is to show you what's not working so that you can find something and build something that does work. So with the Three of Swords, then the Two of Cups, and then the Nine of Swords, it could very well be that something that hasn't been solid up until this point breaks up, but it leads to something new. Or perhaps what you thought was solid and maybe at one point there was some really so it could be that there's a binding contract between two people and it's keeping you up at night with some serious anxieties, because it could very well be that that binding contract needs to shatter. So the thing about the Two of Cups is, yes, it is two hearts coming together, but again, there's nothing on here that is saying that it's a long-lasting or a solid thing, except for when it's combined with this. Because this could be two ways. Especially if this was reversed, then it would be definitely like, no, bad news. But I kind of get the feeling that like especially with this 9 here, this is the middle decan of Gemini, by the way. It's like there's been a coming together of hearts, but you're feeling some measure of heartbreak still, and whatever that is, it has you upset. Maybe it's that you can't actually come back to this point right now, and I'll tell you why I feel like that in a minute. So let's go through these vertically, okay? So first row, this kind of represents like what's already happened, the past, and by the way, when it comes to divination and tarot especially, time is not linear. So when you come to this reading, no matter what time it is, it could very well be that all of these events have already transpired, or they haven't happened yet. You could be anywhere in here, especially with the general reading. Excuse me. So we have the Nine of Wands, Nine of Wands, Princess of Swords, Three of Swords. So with that combination there, that almost tells me like that actually puts things into a different perspective. You feel like you need to defend yourself in some way. There's some kind of communication happening, and maybe the defense is that you're cutting somebody out. Ooh. And in the middle row here we have the Moon, Princess of Cups, Two of Cups. The Moon could also indicate a, especially with the Princess of Swords, like a psychic awakening. Telepathic or psychic communication. Something tells me that your intuition is picking up on things. And it could very well be that you might not get a logical, straightforward answer. That's the thing with the Moon, is things stay hidden until the sun comes. So we got the Moon up above the Princess of Cups, above the Two of Cups. It's almost as if You've offered your heart out, or someone has offered their heart to you. And if that is what this reading is about for you, if you're here asking about a connection, you're being told to trust your intuition, to face your fear, face any fears that you have about connecting intimately with somebody, and trust that the more you trust yourself and the more you shore up your own resources inside of you, the more you can give to yourself, the more you can give to others of yourself. And if something does happen and you are afraid of heartbreak, well, first of all, being afraid of something attracts it to you. So try to let go of that fear. Second of all, the more you heal that, and the more you trust in yourself, if should something go down, ultimately you need to trust that you will be okay in your center. But I do see that, like, there is the possibility here of something beautiful either is currently happening or is about to happen. So it's kind of cool. And then in the last row here, the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Five of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. You're keeping yourself up about something. You need to allow the feelings of loss and grief to occur. Maybe that's why my back is hurting. Ooh. Okay, you know how I was saying with the Six of Pentacles, you can't give more than what you actually have? That goes not just for material things, but for emotional things as well. So it could very well be that there wasn't a balance. And it's kind of interesting that, like, there's three cups that are spilled over with the Three of Swords. So, like, I know I said, like, it's not always about heartbreak, but it could very well be about heartbreak here. Anyway, it's important to allow that grieving process to occur so you can get some damn sleep. And if you're blocking this process from happening, that could be what's keeping you shaky in your material realm. So something really interesting happens to us, like, unless you're a completely soulless human and you're a psychopath, when we take care of our emotional needs, it's easier to meet our physical needs. And when we're taking care of our physical needs, it's easier to meet our emotional needs. When we're taking care of our spiritual needs, it goes in a cycle like this, right? I sense for you, Scorpio, that you're up in your head about something, or you're going to be. And I feel like because of that, or even like because you're just trying to figure it all out, with the moon here being right above the Princess of Cups, you're not meant to figure it all out. You're not meant to understand it all logically. I mean, hey, I'm talking to Scorpio, right? Oh, it's, easily one of the most psychic signs of the zodiac. You're supposed to feel it. Sword, sword, sword. Wands. Cup, cup, cup. Pentacles. It's interesting that the moon is the only major arcana that came out for you. This definitely has to do with something that's really deep in your psyche that's trying to come out. And I have a feeling that you could be ignoring your body right now. Don't do that. just don't do that. So helpful. Actually, I want to clarify. I do want to clarify. I want to clarify for this Nine of Swords. This is a really cool deck, by the way. I like its pretty box. Okay. How does Scorpio have this Nine of Swords here? Is it heartbreak? What are they in their heads about? Very well have a lot to do with, like, you've been hurt in the past. Oh, I almost don't need a clarifier. It's like you've been so hurt in the past that you're really afraid to trust what's coming to you now. And being afraid of it, and not being able to trust, and having not healed the mistrust and the betrayal is ultimately what's going to drive them away. I feel like I've already given you a clear message, but still, just for clarification, let me get a clarifier on the Nine of Swords. Fine. Oh, okay. Yep, there it is. You know what came out? The Nine of Cups. So why are you in your head, Scorpio? Why is this keeping you up? This right here tells me that you're doing this to yourself. And it's unnecessary. And I don't want you to feel, and on the bottom is the Ten of Wands. That's funny shit. Okay, Scorpio. Get out of your damn head. Make sure you've processed grief. Okay? What you have here is something really special and beautiful. You're not supposed to figure it out logically. You're not supposed to have all of the answers. What needs to happen right now is for you to trust the process. Make sure you're not holding on to childhood wounds and projecting those wounds onto whoever it is that's trying to come in. And lay down some of the burdens that you've overburdened yourself with. Okay, my dears? Okay. Now you're in. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So the rune that you got is Othala. This is super symbolic. Okay, so Othala represents the protected homestead. Okay? It's the last rune. It's number 24. It's the last rune in the series. It talks about inheritance. So it's as much as a physical inheritance as a spiritual inheritance. And one of the messages of Othala is that by upkeeping tradition and keeping the homestead safe, you can allow for a peaceful transfer of goods and information from the outside, right? However, if the homestead is not safe, if it's open to anything and everything, then this peaceful transfer cannot occur. So you can view it in a lot of different ways. You can view it as like the spiritual inheritance part, where like you could very well be downloading stuff or contacting your ancestors, or the ancestors trying to contact you. Or how I kind of see this right now is like, if you are secure in yourself, exactly like the message I was saying, if you're secure in yourself, then you can have a healthy exchange with other individuals around you. But if you're not secure in yourself, that can't happen. And if you're not secure in yourself, it's a lot easier to get totally overtaken by other people, whether that's intentional or not, or completely overtake other people, right? It could happen either way. So the biggest message there is that you really must work on protecting the homestead. I love how like the messages end up overlapping or confirming each other almost every time. It's really beautiful. Okay, Scorpio, that's your reading. So if you're looking for a personal reading, my email's down below. Definitely message me. And be good to yourselves. Be good to yourself, Scorpio. Happy Yule, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, peace.